There, I think I fixed some of it. I don't know. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. If I was corporate this ass, I would have a manager just have all this shit ready for me. All right, cool. Hey guys, Xavier, I don't even know, Bernardinator? Is that like Bernard but the Terminator? Yeah, I don't know if this shit's gonna work. I don't see why not. If you're using regular AP with this, you got to spam coffee. There's no ways around it. With not with the Gauss Mini, either coffee, birthday cake, sunshine oil, or whatever ghouls use. But I think my health is up high enough now to where I don't see why this wouldn't work. And I don't even have conductors on, so you're not really losing much DPS at all, except if you had Furious, obviously, on the weapon. But we make up for that in some other places. We were a bit drunk when we came up with the name. That's funny. And I'm just watching this on my cell phone too, so there's definitely some lag. Buffs wise, we just got soothing light soup, brain bombs. The rest of that shit don't matter. I didn't use any magazines or bobbleheads. I'm not gonna. I want to make this as realistic as possible for people that don't farm shit. Wow, cripple slower than shit. Yeah, it sucks. And he didn't even fall or anything. And then the reload is bugged on this if you're not in first person. It drives me crazy. That's another reason I don't like this shit. Yeah, it's kind of weak. I broke fast a couple. I just got booted. Be back in a second. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was there. And that's the thing with the high fire rate and all that shit. Connected again. Why is it disconnecting? But yeah, that's another thing that's kind of unrealistic, even on the videos that I do, because I use private servers, obviously for latency issues and hit registration, because the more players you have on a server, more people building camps, the more people doing events, the more people running raids, more latency you get, and hit registration's a real thing. So if you have a fire rate of over 110, 120-ish, not all your numbers are going to register on a public server. So I should start doing all my shit on public servers to make it even more realistic, because a private server under optimal conditions and the mob to trigger either taking one for the team or whatever it's unrealistic, because you're not going to hit. Even I advertise 59-second kill time with the Elder's Mark in this build, right? You're not going to hit that every time. It might be a minute 15, it might be a minute 30, something might happen. You never know with this shit. So we're going completely solo. I'll put on intelligence for more energy damage and demolition expert and whatever the fuck else, gunsmith. How about that? But yeah, there's the mini again. If you guys didn't see it, I think I got DC'd last time. Drop the conductors and just put pinpointers on it. We're going to get rid of the rads completely just to see how it does first. I got regular stim packs now instead of super, just as a backup in case I do have to trigger Born Survivor. Shit gets hairy, but my hit points now, I changed healthy and active, or I changed doctors to healthy, and I got rid of auto stim and I got rid of life saving, specifically for more overeaters and more hit points, because the 2% restoration of vampires, regardless of your current health percentage. So say you're running a bloody build or whatever, or you got hit and your health is only at 50%, that doesn't matter. It's whatever your max health is. So right now mine's 888. It's 2% of that, which is like, what, 17 something? So 17 per hit over 2 seconds on a high fire rate weapon. Like, I don't know. I just guesstimated in my head. I didn't actually like sit down and calculate this. I don't use calculators. The one I did have a pretty good calculator, but it had some weird rusty shit on it. I don't know what it was. I don't know what the min-maxers were doing with it, but yeah, I threw that out with the spreadsheets. So Amazon servers and quality service. Well, yeah, I gotta pay for a membership here. I gotta pay for a membership for Prime, which I don't even know why I do, because I order like one thing every 3 months, and I don't even watch TV. I don't I watch one movie once a week. I don't watch regular TV or series or anything like that. I'm too busy when I'm not doing this shit. I work for a non-profit, and I'm also a fine artist, so I don't have time to watch that shit. I should cut Prime off. See how this does with no magazines, no baubles, blights, Susans, and brain bombs only. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot better with no rads and a private server. This isn't a, it's not a farming weapon. It's not efficient at all whatsoever. I don't know. I make it efficient. I don't see how. Yeah, that's better. That's way better. It's not crippling like shit. We're just gonna eat it. We're not gonna trip the shit except for that one plate for easy targeting. Pray to the RNG gods it works. Sounds like it's behind me. Come on, reload. I hate that bug. Yeah, that's weak. You'd be better off spamming coffee, really. The infinite VAX thing works on it, which is cool, I guess. Near infinite, I should say. It's not truly infinite. Infinite meaning has no end. We're gonna run it with the minigun and see how the minigun does, and then we're gonna go fuck some other shit up. I'm just gonna leave that blank. Put back on first aid and good assault. One gun army. Savvy. Everything looks good. Yeah. Yeah, we had a viewer that said, if you, with the minigun and vampires and conductors, the game is on auto. He called it, which to me is, I get that, right? To me, it's kind of boring if you're just holding the trigger down. Like I use an Xbox controller. So I hold Y, the crit button, and I hold the trigger, and that's all I do. Like, I don't run around. To me, that it's just not fun anymore. I used to do that shit with like the Elder's Mark in like 30 seconds, and then the Gauss Mini in the same amount of time. Before the rebalancing, obviously, it's not fun for me. I like. I don't know. I just like more of a variety. But And I forget his name, so dude, if you're watching or if you see this, I appreciate the inspiration. And I thought, okay, vampires and conductors. I was wrong about the Elder's Mark. I only needed vampires. I didn't need conductors with that. So if I can do that with the Elder's Mark, I bet you I can do it with the mini gun. And sure enough, I bet you it works too, because it's got a much lower AP cost than the Gauss. And I highly doubt that any stim packs are used at all. Apparently I shouldn't drink and drive. No, I don't have goat legs on. Oh, in the mini here. The same shit as the Gauss. Vampires, rapid, VATS optimized, pinpointers. I put the prime barrel on it because of the range. Because I wanted to put the shredder on it, and the shredder reduces range. But the shredder just looks cool. So I don't care about optimization. Without the shredder, it would reach over 400 range, which is phenomenal, especially for a pea shooter like the minigun. But yeah, it's the same shit, lower AP cost. I could have got it down, I think, to 4 if I would have put the right... I'm sorry, not the right mods. Because the right mods are the mods that you want to put on them, no matter what your play style is or how you want to play. If I were to put the meta influencer fuckboy mods on it, then yeah, I could get my AP cost down to 4, which with blood sacrifice it would cost me 8 hit points a bullet. But we're not worried about that. No, not 8 points a bullet. If the AP cost is 4, 50% to 6 points a bullet. And this is at 7, so it's going to cost 3.5, 10.5 a bullet. But vampires per bullet is going to restore around 17. And we can leave pinpointers on it and still be relevant. And I get a lot of guys, you know, complaining after the rebalancing about how they do still struggle regardless of their store-bought meta builds or whatever. They struggle to kill the snake or anything in under 2 minutes. And I get it. I don't really have a solution except for, like, mine, for example. The base of this build is blood sacrifice, agility, perception, and endurance as far as your legendaries go. And then just use that as a guide and tweak it to however you want. You know, whatever weapon you're using. Light suit, brain bomb, Susan. Alright, let's go. We're gonna do first person for the reload because this thing does the same shit. And that is a pea shooter. Look at that. My grandma hits harder than that. She's been dead 20 years. Wow. Sounds like it's behind me. We're hoping. After this, we're gonna get the Gauss Mini back out, and then we're gonna put a magazine and a bobblehead on it too. I think I'm stuck. Yeah, Born Survivor has not gone off once. At all. No stim packs. None. And that's it. Same time as the Gauss Mini almost. That's... I mean... That's not nothing to brag about, but... It's good. It's under 2 minutes. And it, you know... With the pea shooter that is the minigun. I'm here, Meta Monkey. I heard your scandalous complaint about my super awesome meta. Oh, was that you, dude? Hey, Nuka 182 viewers, supporters, and haters. This guy right here, Anarchist 86. He is a long-time veteran creator. I think came out around Fallout 3 New Vegas. And then kind of switched to parody and satire, apparently. Deleted some content, maybe changed a display name. He has got a parody of me on his channel, and it is absolutely fucking great. It is below the belt, and I love every second of it. All right, let's get this big bitch back out, and we'll try it with some magazines and first person, maybe. I don't know. I just don't. I don't like the ammo consumption of the heavy guns. It's cool for long-standing, long-time players or players that have access to a lot of junk and leaders and can trade for junk and stuff like that, and to make their own weapons or make their own ammo, right? But it's for the newer or casual player, levels 2 to 500. It can get costly, especially this prime ammo. I mean, it's just astronomical. I bet you I don't have a TS9. If not, we'll use a Guns and Bullets 3. Nope, sure don't. Oh, that'll work. A little more food, be sure. And then we'll run this again and see if we can do any better with it. It's not bad at all. I'm not trying to speed run or break any records or anything like that. I already done that shit. Anarchist 86 brought up a good point in his strikingly, shockingly similar parody of me that, you know, the numbers are just they're irrelevant. And that stupid 11 Labs AI voice that he used to clone my ass is the exact same wave sound or audio sound, accent, and everything that I got when I tried to clone my voice. So either A, I sound like a dickhead, or B, 11 Labs sucks, or 3, that's just the normal way I sound. I don't know. That subreddit that is trying to figure out whether I'm AI or not says that I can't be real because of the raspiness in my voice, that it's AI synthetic simulated or something like that, and I phrase questions like an AI person would. Right. And then another guy brought up a good point. He's like, if you're AI, why would you have T-Mobile Wi-Fi, bro? Win 3 up. Actually, 11 Labs is censored and limited shit. 11 Labs started censoring their stuff because I got them to say some pretty. You gotta know how to train your model. That's like I trained Gemini to be my alleged manager, which she's just a foul-mouthed thing that I use to have a laugh or actually, you know, pull up sources for research and data rather than saying, hey, Google this or help me with that. You have to tell it that it is for parody, satire, and entertainment purposes, that it's acting, and which normally would trigger the safety guidelines. However, in that context, it'll help you bypass it. I don't know. I spent weeks. Bucky. Not you. I'm not talking to you, bitch.
But the safety protocols are hard coded, boss. Even.
She came online. All right, let's pop this shit and see how it does now. Black-eyed. What are we using? Tesla Science 7. Or Guns and Bullets 3, either one. And Big Guns. See what it does. And first person. First person. Now, would I stop at the workbench and change anything about the gun or how I have it set up or what mods or count 2 to 3% DPS increase? Fuck no. It's not worth my time. Oh, I didn't have Bulletstorm stacked either. But that's a little more realistic for the average player anyways. You know, you're not going to blow through 1,000 ammo just to stack Bulletstorm so you can kill a snake 10 seconds faster. To me, it's like, why? I used to do that shit. I got to get out of this shit. Still no tail. We're getting lucky with the tail. Yeah, it's hit behind me. I can hear it. Come on. But yeah, those misses are definitely screwing me up. Like when your VATS accuracy goes below 95% and you miss and then it doesn't trigger vampires. Alright, let's get rid of this bullshit and then just go back to how much more ammo efficient and easier it is to use other weapons. Not that I have a problem with heavy guns. Yeah, they started giving me warnings even on shit that was benign. When 3 lacks emotion and is monotone but free and uncensored versus monthly charge, they can be. Okay, right on. Oh, and Anarchist, to answer your question about that music, why don't I use AI music? I have in like a couple shorts. But look, I look at it like this. If the stuff that the tracks that I put out there, like Amity Affliction or From Fall to Spring or In Fear and Faith, Blink-182, NoFX, Screeching Weasel, any of that shit, especially like the underground bands, punk bands, post-hardcore bands, the underdog bands, shit like that. If they can slap a content claim on my videos, not only ensuring that I don't ever get paid for that video, but they in turn do get paid because they are the original artists, and I believe an artist should get paid. I have no problem with that. And this is easy. You don't have to fuck around at the special machine or anything like that. We're just gonna go. We'll get rid of. We can leave strength on. We're gonna change Downranger back to Ground Pounder. And we are oh, I didn't have science on. That would explain why. Get rid of all this onslaught bullshit. Modern Renegade and Enforcer. Those two paired together, it doesn't get really any better than that. And just to say that I'm running with bullshit, we'll put Adrenaline, and we will put Gun Fu on. I won't even put Born Survivor on because I'm that confident that this is going to work. We'll get rid of One Gun Army and go back to Quick Hands. Elders is ready to go. Let's rock. I do have a suppressor on it because it's
This is an automated
same build. If you want to go stealth, all you got to do is swap your agility cards for stealth and put a suppressor on. But I would recommend, if you are not running stealth, not to use the suppressor on the Elder's Mark. For one reason only, the range of the weapon. Range is very important in any weapon. I like to see stuff that's over 260-ish for almost 0 damage fall off. You'll never get that with the Elder's Mark, but the more range you have on a weapon, the further you can be for damage fall off, and you don't have to worry about it. And I don't know too many people that are running into bounties and Bigfoot and shit like that head on. They're just, you don't see a lot of that anymore. I like to do that. That's why I run a full health human. It's fun. And I'm using 2 completely unrelated bobbleheads. Big Guns and PS7. We're just going to leave those off and see what it does with just Blight's Soup and Susan's Tea. And Susan's Tea only adds 20%, and on the Elder's Mark, you're only looking at 10-20 more damage anyways when you're not on a team. So is it worth it? Not if you don't have the recipe. Not if you don't have time to make 100 turbo fert grenades and farm the flowers and craft them in bulk and shit like that. You could do only Blight Soup just because of the critical damage. The Elder's Mark does not have a receiver that adds critical damage. Critical damage is the one surefire way to penetrate an enemy's armor, especially after the rebalancing. Also, it is a 100% guaranteed hit, regardless of what it says your VATS hit chance is. I'm not even going to look. We're just going. And pre-stack. Could have did that, shave off a few seconds, but like I said, I want to make this as realistic as possible for everybody. We got lucky with quick hands, influencers like that, because it makes their kill times quicker. These little lava volcanoes, they'll have taking one for the team on and get lucky, and one of those will go off right away. So that makes their kill times better. We're not going to do any of that shit. Remember, we have no auto stem on at all whatsoever. So the only way I could stem is a manual stem, and you have not seen me do that yet. And we're not gonna. We're gonna... Ah, you son of a bitch. That's what we needed. Oh, you fucker. Damn it. As you saw there, the VATS hit chance, his texture model is fucked up. Yeah, see, 137. Now, I just ran this and put on that short the other day. I did it in 59 seconds, just like this. So, I mean, it varies. So when you see those new numbers, any of these newer guys that don't understand what you're buying on your feed or your browse features, when you see that new meta 48-second solo shit like that, 9 times out of 10 they're on a team. Number 2, that is one instance alone under optimal conditions when every single thing went right. Quick hands went off a bunch of times. I mean, it was recorded and recorded probably for an hour, 90 minutes. Then they picked the best one. Then they uploaded it. And then in actuality, you're probably going to be doing the same shit that I'm doing. Cool. However, I don't want anyone getting a 10% out of my views off my painkiller field. Oh. I get a painkiller. I got it. I don't think it's stupid. I like it. It was funny. I haven't laughed that much in a while. I appreciate it. That's some of the better content that I've seen, because I mean, content is just that. It's entertainment for me. Some of it's educational and informative, and sure, I do some market forensics, and I will do, straight shooter type. Okay, this is what the numbers are. This is what you're going to see. This is how you do it exactly, for people that ask questions. But now we'll do it with small guns and Guns and Bullets 3, and we'll take the suppressor off. But yeah, as you can see, other than my when I lost that VATS hit accuracy because the snake fell and the model texture was in the way of me doing anything. Didn't break VATS really one time, except maybe if I was staggered. Auto stim never went off because I don't have it anymore. Born Survivor never went off because I don't have it anymore. VATS stayed high. The uptime in VATS was ridiculous. Without stim packs for blood sacrifice, which I know is important. Guys were asking me, well, Nuka, how do you get so many stim packs? Go through 200 stim packs a day. I got a dude that I play with, Papa Fenwa. He always hooks me up, and helps me out for helping him out. I scratch my back, scratch yours. We group up at times. We kill stuff together. He's a friend of mine. Or I switch to a build like this, or a cryo build, and farm my own super stim packs. Oh, hazmat. Son of a bitch. But yeah, now that we've got Bulletstorm somewhat pre-stacked, we took the suppressor off. Our damage is going to increase on just that alone. I don't have any rads. I should be running, because you can run some rads on here for Nerd Rage damage. I don't even have Nerd Rage on now that I think about it. That's my fucking problem. Wow, you guys failed and didn't tell me that I didn't have Nerd Rage on. Appreciate that. See how you do me? And then, but yeah, and then we're gonna pop a Guns and Bullets 3, and we are gonna pop a small bobblehead, and a Psycho Buff, and maybe a Sunset Sarsaparilla. Now that I have Nerd Rage on, that should fix a lot. I wondered why. Something was not right. I don't know why I did that. And then we're just gonna hot swap cards real quick and go do the stealth one. And the stealth one is mind blowing. You guys are gonna love it, especially you guys that like stealth builds and shit like that. I really think that all you do. I didn't add anything. I just swap cards. You know, swap cards and put on an extra legendary, follow through, and you know, boom, you're good. I didn't have to go to the special machine and count points and min-max this and that and worry about that. This is how when I log in and play, this is what happens. I just go. Which is realistic considering that most of us are working class citizens and don't have the time to spend on Fallout like that. Yeah, that's better. That's way better. But yeah, since we're using pinpointers, I'm not crippling all the plates. Since it's the full health, no rage armor, I'm not crippling all the plates. I don't have to. I feel like it's easy. Makes it easier, especially you guys that don't. I would at least cripple A through E, so he does not scream or spit. If you're struggling with any of that. Come on. I fucked this up right there, see? Now, guarantee that would be scratched by any influencer, including me. I'm not just singling people out here. See how the health wasn't really doing much because I was only at 58? Because I was missing a lot. You stay there though, you're good. Really? Tail's taking a dump all over me. Ah! I thought for sure. See, that's terrible. Well, and this is what we would do. We would scrap this and say, okay, well, that run sucked. We're going to do it again. We're going to keep doing it until it gets better, until it's marketable, right? Whatever drives the most clicks, the most watch time. Unfortunately, I don't have to worry about clicks and watch time. I upload videos just for the subs. I get age restricted. I cuss, fuck, shit, fuck. Talk about stuff that people don't like. I don't care. So yeah, now you know about this vampire shit, which does work. And if you want to put conductors for that added healing and never worry about it, you can. Pinpointers works because you're not losing much DPS. If I had, say, junkies back on this, or even a quad. If I added a quad on here, let's see. So I stack Bulletstorm 20 times. Take half of that on a reload. That quick hands didn't go off. That's 90% of your weapon's base damage, right? Well, it doesn't just straight add that. Like the additive calculations don't necessarily work that way. But I mean, you're only losing 90, maybe 90, and you're making up for it with pinpointers, which the 25% of pinpointers calculates damage differently than most other standard Bethesda nerfed basically, or how all damage was calculated, especially with the rebalancing. And the 20% from pinpointers is probably significantly better than the extra 90% you could obtain from Bulletstorm. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and focus. All right, let's do something better here. As you can tell, see that difference in that hit point regeneration by the range, and bats only being what, 64%? See, now that was way better, right? A minute 2, okay, I can sell that. Completely solo, no team. Now, imagine if you took taking one for the team, put that on there, because you're not crippling, he's not just sitting there like an asshole, he's screaming, he's spitting. You're going to have that go off all the time. Plus, you're going to get the benefits of extra Strange in Numbers mutation perks from Black-Eyed Susans or whatever meat you're using. Light soup or whatever you're... I don't think meat guys have crit food, now that I think about it. But, yeah, and it's the same basic shit. I didn't change anything. All my special points, and I'll go to the machine here and I'll show you. If you look at my original, well, even if you look at my original build from this channel's inception on February 29th, I started my first build video, right? The Elder Sacrifice, and it actually pissed off a lot of people. I had somebody try to give me a teaching moment from a meta channel, and I'm like, really? What are you trying to teach me? I'm doing this shit for fun for a friend, and you're over here mad because people looked at my shit? But anyways, if you look at it, almost the same setup, not exactly. Specials are the same. No, they're not. That's my big guns one. Oh, it's because I got strength on. Close enough. No, they are the same. I'm telling you this. I didn't change the special points. Yeah. 10, 10, 5. No, I did change them, I think. Damn it. Well, let's solve that and go back. We'll get rid of strength so I don't fuck anything up. I think I modified a couple things for big guns, is all I did. Wow, I misspoke, and I apologize. I don't mean to give you guys bad information. Agility. Oh yeah, and that other one's got 15 in agility, so I need to work that out before I swap cards, or I'm gonna fuck something up. Oh no, it's already on there. I pray to Todd that... Right? Yeah, I was testing it here. That's what I was doing. Adrenaline. Gun Fu. Go back with Modern Renegade. Now, with the vampires, this was the base build. You don't have to have the Born Survivor at all. So you can put whatever else you want. But without min-maxing and sounding like the asshole that I claim I'm not to be, we're not going to change it. We're going to leave it the same. What did I have instead of stabilize? Good with salt. And Downranger needs to go back to Ground Pounder. What am I doing here? Counter shot. That was the base. Right there. Start there if you can, right? And even if you don't want to use blood sacrifice, this will work. Well, the AP regeneration is where you're going to run into problems, right? So you need to change a bunch of shit. But just as far as regular perk cards go, agility, perception, endurance for the shit that I do for small guns. It's all standard. For break my ass. And then, so yeah, now we're going to put back on it since we're solo. We're going to put strength for the extra bullet storm stacks. And we're going to put follow through on because right after this, we are going to go to show you what the stealth part of this does. Storm. Load. Yeah, that was it. Oh, stealth. So this is what I run as a base for Snake. I swap obviously adrenaline out during events and stuff like that because that extra 100% damage from adrenaline plus the adrenal mutation, that's a lot of fucking damage, especially by the time you get to Bigfoot in an event or something like that. You've already got 10 stacks. Plus the nice thing about adrenaline is adrenaline will stack if your teammates kill. So if you're on a team, which I suggest you consider doing or looking into with infestations coming out, like if your teammates kill 10 enemies and you don't touch shit, you go AFK to take a piss, adrenaline will still stack for you, which is nice. But that's basic Snake. I'd swap that goat legs and Modern Renegade out because you don't need all that crippling for regular mobs. So we're going to take all that out and we're going to put Modern Renegade back on because the VATS accuracy, hipfire accuracy affects VATS accuracy. And then we're going to do the stealth shit. Mr. Sandman, probably more important than Covert Operative if you're running a weapon that can be suppressed. Escape Artist, because you're going to be moving. Right? And you think, okay, well that's it. No, we want adrenaline because we're going to go do some shit that is going to be outside of this. And then what else do I put on here? I think I put on Gun Fu. Legendaries, same thing. Base is Ape. Then I added strength for extra bullet storm stacks and follow through for the stealth build. Take the suppressor off or put the suppressor back on the Elder's Mark. Yeah, if you're running the Snake with the Elder's Mark, take your suppressor off, please. I've seen a couple mega influencer channels that run the snake with the suppressor. Why? You're losing range, you're losing some damage, and stealth does not work on the snake without some serious tricks and a very, very special chameleon ×3 build, I believe, if that even still works. Alright, I'm done talking. There's quite a few of you guys watching. You guys can ask questions or comment or yell or vent or whatever. I insist. I'm running out of oxygen and I need some caffeine and some nicotine.
No better place to call home in all the waste.
Actually, you know what? We're going to take Born Survivor off just to show you guys that you don't need it. Oh, I already did. Right. Don't even have auto stim anymore on armor. Oh, in case you were wondering. Every single piece looks exactly like that. Overeater's Endurance, Healthy, Limit Breaking, Buttressed. I use Dense because I'm not running Hardy. Otherwise, I would run Biocom Mesh or Longer Psycho. And if anybody's on my friends list and wants to come over, you're more than welcome to. Or add me. No, Tony, reactiony. I am on PC, but I tell you what, I think I'm gonna pick up some extra hours at my place of employment, and I was thinking about getting both Xbox and PlayStation, so I can try to include everybody, really. Which is going to be hard to do because I'd have to roll another character, which I can power level, of course, but... Or no, I can't because it's cross-platform. But, if I catch a season right, I could do it easily. I don't know, just a thought. I like playing on team. I like playing with guys. Alright, we're stealthed up. Pressed, follow through, Mr. Sandman, escape artist. Let's see what this Shreddy Krueger does to these high armor, high damage resist. Ooh, Scout Leader Karen too. She's a bitch. Well, that's one poser down, and that took 42 rounds. That's not bad. And there's Scout Leader Karen. Will she die? Boom. What, 2 seconds? I went through her and a poser with one clip and a couple trash mobs. That's not bad. And I didn't use a stim. Now I'm up running and gunning. Still not stimming, still not stimming. I don't have any autos anyways. Still dies. Just deleted. So if you guys are wanting to know how to get your Elder's Mark back to the way it was before the rebalancing, I think this is the way to do it. Is it the best way? I don't know. Somebody said blood sacrifice. One of our viewers said blood sacrifice supremacy. I wouldn't say supremacy, but it's pretty damn good, especially now that I figured out how to run it without consumables and still use pinpointers and not sacrifice DPS. Like, it's you know, 1 minute completely solo snake kills. That's top shelf to me right there. If you don't have a minute, if you need an extra 20 seconds to fuck off because 1 minute is too long to kill the snake, and you need to be doing it in 40, is your life that big? How many kids do you have? Don't do it. If I could move my characters to PC, I would. Yeah, hey, Reactiony, I heard that the Xbox trading market is pricey, which I can see why, because PC is notoriously known for their history of duping before they were nerfed and then rediscovered, then duped again, then nerfed. But somebody said the trade market is high. Is that accurate?
I wonder who's running guns for the rescue now. They're at least as good as I was.
Oh, this would be fun. Ash Cave. There's always a lot of mobs here. TA for the Gauss minigun blood sacrifice is amazing. Also sustain a furious pinpointers. Oh yeah, with the medic pump, right. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've got on my power armor. I've got an auto stim and a medic pump. And furious pinpointers with the Gauss mini. Yeah, there's great ways to do it. I'm not saying that my way is the best way by any means. I like this style. And ultimately, the way you guys want to play is the most important part of this game. It is a role-playing game. And nonetheless, it is a Fallout game with almost near infinite theory crafting and different weapon combinations and possibilities that I would think that it would take away from your hard-earned caps that you spent buying this game, right, and then, you know, having it beat in a day with a copy and paste build when you could have been exploring and doing other shit and trying things out. You know, everybody's got like a farming build. Oh, I need to go farm this and that. But once you hit a certain point, do you? All right, let's see. Back of the heavyweight. Oh, she'll die quick. We need a power armor, dude. Yeah, I'm just holding trigger down now. I'm not doing anything. It's missing a lot. Pressure sucks. I'm gonna have to stay. I don't have any auto. Of course, you break stealth. It would have been better to have on other cards if you're not using stealth, but yeah, and that guy, 97, dude, a couple of years ago, well, maybe like 12 months ago, 14 months ago, something like that, I ran the Gauss Mini a lot on my old main character, and I would go in the raids in a team, and it'd be me and like 3 other dudes, and or ladies. I don't discriminate, but yeah, it'd be like me and 3 other people, and the setup that I had, the snake would die in anywhere from 25 to 40 seconds, and that's if nobody else did anything. And all these guys that I used to play with, which were totally random pickup groups, they'd be like, "Damn, you deleted that boss." And I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty powerful weapon, a pretty powerful build. And then they'd be like, well, I didn't get to do anything. You know, I think I got one shot off. And so I thought to myself, I'm like, well, what's the point in that? If you're going to be on a team and play with other people, why are you in a hurry to kill something before somebody else does? You know, especially lower level players. I just don't, it's not fair to them. Who cares about the other guy, right? Who cares about being fair to other people, right? Some might say, I don't say that. But a lot of people say, well, yeah, it's my game. I bought it. I can play it how I want. And that's very true. But those same people that are cheesing mobs from the lower level players because they just want to delete shit during events and all that stuff are the same people going on Reddit talking about what's bad for the community. Well, I would think that pushing your neighbor out of the way so you can take first place, you know, if not pushing your neighbor to the fucking ground so you can take first place, is probably bad for the community that you live in. I can't think of any neighbor of mine that would like that. You know, I might as well take my neighbor's walker from him and beat him with it. I mean, it's not reasonable. That was hyperbole, by the way. YouTube gods, I was not serious about that. Gotta get rid of some of this shit. Might be faster. Anybody else got questions, anything like that you want to talk about? Because I just wanted to take... What else did I put? I put something else with this Vampire's Pinpointer setup for this specific build. What did I do? Oh, the Handmade. Damn, I wish I remembered that dude's name. One of our viewers asked me to do a Handmade for him, and I hadn't gotten around to it because I have a request list a mile long, and I do apologize. But I've got I got a Handmade ready, I think. I was gonna make a separate video for it. I hate to say this about the Handmade, because I can make just about anything viable, and it's viable, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's up there. And the ammo does it take? 5.56 ultra.
Been seeing more ghouls around recently.
Yeah, it's ready. Tweaked out. Yeah. Vampires with.
Damn this place. I'd get out if the journey weren't likely to kill me.
Spiritual healer and the healing mutation is a good combo to run in general, but add that with other Reagans and it's overpowering and lazy. Jita brings up a good point. Yeah, there is like I know there's a trick to insane amounts of health regeneration. I'm curious as to whether or not, and I haven't tried it yet, because like I said, I'm getting so many requests and I do apologize, guys. But I'm curious, does it work while in combat, while actively firing, especially in VATS? Because I know from my experience, the only thing that works right now in combat on regular armor is Painkiller, I think. But I've never tried stacking that shit. Yeah. I ran that, and I think what's the other one? Sawbones? What the hell's the name of it? Somebody help me here while I'm struggling. At all times, as long as you have spiritual healer, it converts all Reagan all time. Oh! Is that only on a team, Jita? That's my question. Spiritual healer. I'm see. I've never looked into it. What the hell was I doing? Oh, stop up. Oh, I can't even make it.
You want to buy anything?
I thought this character could make that shit.
Fine, ignore me.
Oh yeah, you see, and you got to be on a team, which I will probably use that soon coming up, because with infestations coming out here, what is it, next week or the week after? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop either strength or this empty, probably this empty slot, and add charisma for team mechanics. Like EMT is going to be a good one to have, especially if you have the ability to share it, because not a lot of people will necessarily run EMT. So if you share it and you die, they will revive you. I do know that works. Ejectors probably good for people that, but yeah, let's do the spiritual healer. Jita, does spiritual healer require a person to be on your team?
If I don't pay off my debts, I might need to raise prices.
That's a great point. That I am not sure. Yeah, that's my only. Well, we could find out because I think it'll say. Yeah. So it's working at 0.41 hit points a second right now, but if we leave the team, it's not working at all. So no, it doesn't have. You don't have to have other players on your team. That's cool. I would say 0.41 per second is shit.
Resort's been getting real busy recently. Must be something special.
But if it stacks with other stuff, then maybe. Anyways, let's get to the handmade. I'll show you guys how this works. I'm not gonna take it to the raid because snake's overplayed. You guys got your own ways of killing the snake, I'm sure. But man, I wish I remember that guy's name that wanted this handmade.
You need fixing it. Well, unless you've got business. I can do that.
What the active? Ah, did it bug out?
Plenty of salads to drown in this town.
Can you go to the build for one more second? I want to screenshot it. Yeah, sure, reaction. And give me a second. Like I said, I got lag between what's going on in the screen and or what you guys are seeing and what the chat is, but I will do it. I'm gonna strip it down again for you there, reaction-y. So you have a good starting point, and then I'll explain it one more time. I'm gonna pop Gorilla off and put on Enforcer, so you have the Primo one for the snake for small guns, and then you can modify that for events just by taking off Enforcer and putting Gorilla or whatever else you want, and then Those 3 legendaries start with that. APE and Blood Sacrifice if you got it. And then what I do is I add Strength. If I need to, you don't have to at all. You're not looking at much of an increase, 18%. Maybe a little more of your, remember that's your weapon's base damage, not the number you see on the screen. We'll put Charisma back on. This is what we're gonna do for teams. We'll have probably EMT. We'll probably have Spiritual Healer at Jita's recommendation, and then Squad Maneuvers. The Squad Maneuvers is going to stack with Gun Runner, Speed Demon, Mutation, and Fast Fighter for your reload speed. Now, dude, I'm telling you, there's a ton of people that have been doing this a long time that tell you that those movement speed bonuses don't stack. But I assure you that they do. That's the reload speed with Fast Fighter, right? That's the reload speed with all of them. Now let's take off Squad Maneuvers. A little bit slower. Let's take off Gun Runner. Even more slow. I don't have the seconds. I'm not going to put a fucking clock on there. Or the it's probably milliseconds, but it works. And every single page I have ever read in the history of Fallout, which I stopped reading because it confused the shit out of me, and there's too many people saying too many different fucking things. Fast Fighter, Squad Maneuvers, Gun Runner, and being on a casual team alone all work together. Reload speed. You saw it here. You saw it live. Alright, let's get this Handmade going. I'm taking up too much of your guys' time, and then I'm going to get off. I don't even have food. That's alright. See, that's even with all limbs crippled. So would it benefit more from bullies? Probably. Because bullies takes 5 limbs to be crippled to be better than pinpointers. Which would be 125% damage versus pinpointers only 20%, but it's a different type of damage, right? And that's why I say pinpointers 20% is far better than the extra 90% from Bullet Storm that you're going to get if you're running a quad. Plus, it's not consistent. So yeah, that's the Handmade. It's not bad. I think when I took it to the snake, it was like 1:50, something like that. It was painful. I know that. If you want to go ham, solar armor regeneration on the first star, 1 piece, auto sim 5 piece, painkiller, solid by the vampires, conductors. Never want to die. So there's 100% movement perks when they are active, like the fixer. Also, I did not know that about EMT. Yeah, EMT, if you share EMT, dude, make sure you share it. Don't forget to share it. So if you're running this build and you throw on that charisma for the infestations coming up, especially those mobs hit hard. They were one-shot people until the meta clowns started crying about it. because the meta monkeys, all they're worried about is damage numbers rather than survivability. But anyways, yeah, run EMT, and if you die, whoever you're running EMT on will revive you. Which is great. Oh, and I did do the fixer too, I think. You're gonna rewatch it all? Go ahead. This is... Look, I was just gonna take the test drive, Beloved 2222. I was just gonna take the Gauss Mini and the Minigun for a test drive with this new setup, and it worked. It worked really well, but a lot of you guys showed up, and I appreciate you guys showing up. I like talking to you guys, just for the camaraderie, not for channel visibility. I give two shits less about that. I'd be really nice if I cared about channel visibility. But yeah, so just started with that, and then decided to do some other stuff. Where's the fixer?
Strongest survive. What bullcrap.
Oh, I still got it set for junkies. That's cool though. Let's switch to the fixer. There's no aid box in here. We can go get addicted really quick. Try not to take up too much of your Saturday so you guys can be jumping in this shit, and hopefully you're doing well at the Big Bloom, man. I got some recipes I'm going to share later with everybody and plans. I have to do it under YouTube community guidelines, right? So I can't just give away shit like I'm begging for likes or subscriptions, which, by the way, I have never asked for a like or subscription. You're welcome, you meta monkeys. But anyways, yeah, I have to jump through a few hoops to do so. So I'm going to set up a lottery with no strings attached. Basically, all you do is register that you want to be included for the plans that you didn't get on my website. We now have a website. It is nuka-182.com. It is currently under construction, so bear with me. But yeah, we're gonna figure something out and get you guys some recipes. Anybody get the tea recipe or anything? Thanks, V-Love. I appreciate that. I'm filthy. I don't know why. I'm a clown. So we need to get addicted. We need Buff Out. We need Comex. We need Daddy-O. We need Day Tripper. Stay away from Formula P. We need Fury. We need MedX. We need Mentats. We need... Oh, I only got 11 Overdrive. That sucks. And then Psycho, we're already addicted. Alcohol, we're already addicted. And we need Excel. Usually takes about 10 each. Now, the sad thing about that is that just fucked up our luck stat. So we are not going to critical hit every shot. Every other shot, excuse me. So what does that mean? Well, we need to put a luck legendary perk card on, and we need to swap to a +5 luck under armor, and we also need to put a +2 luck on one of our pieces of armor. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to see how it does without a crit every other shot build. Because that's just too much math, and math is hard. Or no, we don't need 25 luck. I was thinking rage armor. We still only need 16. Yeah, you need 16 luck with 5 limit breaking. 25 luck with 4 limit breaking. And then the numbers start getting astronomical once you switch to like 3, 2, and 1. and it's not worth it. It's not worth putting 5% from Rangers. That's 5% of your weapon's base damage, by the way, which is like throwing a wet noodle at a dartboard. That took our luck to, hey, couldn't get any more lucky than that. 16, that's what it needs to be. And we'll grab some more food. Switch back to the stealth build because I know you guys like the fixer for stealth. Who doesn't, right? So all we need is taking that off. Shape artist and Mr. Sandman. Now, could you go apeshit with that and get, you know, covert operative and all your max stealth bonus? Yeah, if you want to. I'm not. I don't really feel the need to, just because everything already dies in this game so fast that it's redundant. I need my glasses, guys. I apologize. This is on my phone. I'm happy to donate all my plans from the event if you want to give them out as well. Hey, Jordan, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna stick. Jordan, I know you've been around a long time. Stick around. I'll let you know. I gotta talk to a human at YouTube just to make sure that I fall within the community guidelines, because you cannot give away stuff for likes or subscribers. Which I wouldn't do anyways if you could. I just need to make sure that I'm legally sound so I don't get a strike. You can also share Team Medic, especially if someone is in power armor with a medic pump. Yeah, that's a good point. Concentrated fire goes up to 100% damage. Is it worth it? Concentrated fire, that's a good question. I would say for the VATS accuracy, not for the DPS. I mean, it adds some. If you need to stretch out 3 points for more VATS accuracy, and you don't care about the damage, I would take off concentrated fire and put on, believe it or not, skeet shooter. Because that 45% accuracy is actually pretty significant, and it does work in VATS as well as hip fire. Its skeet shooter is also better than the 2-point awareness, believe it or not. And skeet shooter only costs 1 point. Now, I don't have the exact numbers, so I couldn't tell you to what percentage that it's better. I don't know. I test all my shit by gameplay. On public servers, on private servers, by spending hours doing it. I don't calculate the shit and go, okay, well, that seems like it'll work. That would make sense. Let's do it. It works. Wifey here. He had to go help a kid with a game. Hi, wifey. Well, tell him you will find... Oh, God. Jordan's got his wife watching my channel. You may be the first female viewer I've had. You might want to change the channel. Thanks, I decided to run refractor and skeet shooter. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that energy resist is good. Good call, man. Concentrated fire has a hidden 20 stacks, that 3% damage bonus. Right. Yeah, there are some hidden mechanics that are viable and valid in this game that I don't necessarily discredit at all whatsoever. Take, for example, the Anchorage Ace. Awesome 10mm SMG. It's got a hidden silencer in it, and I use it a lot. It's fun, and it looks cool. Let's see how the Fixer does compared to the Elder's Mark stuff. We don't have vampires, and we don't have auto stem. So we are going to need Born Survivor. So, and Super Stimpaks. I bet you I don't have any. We're gonna find out. Got 119 regular ones. Oh well. I pray to Todd this works. Yeah, not bad. Cleaner. Is he in power armor? Remind me. I don't remember. Because this could go sideways really fast. Not the deleter that the Elder's Mark was, but it's got a lot more range, that's for sure. I mean, I think I'm running the tweaked automatic just for the crit damage. No, I'm running the prime. Yeah, so look at the range, 262, and that's what you want to see out of a good ranged rifle. Around 260-ish is what I like, what I've had the most luck with. That's a significant increase compared to the Elder's Mark's, what, 170 something? So, not bad. Fixer works pretty good. But that's with junkies. I don't have vampires on it. The Pit-Boy lies is the truth. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you're right. The Pip-Boy does lie. Sometimes. And I'll give you a really good example. The Fixer. That's accuracy, 100%. And I talked about this before. Alright. If my VATS accuracy is 100% in my Pip-Boy, 69 on inspection, and then find a mob, only 95 at close range. Which is it? Is it 95? Is it 69? Is it 100? It's probably 100% of the time it's going to hit 95% of the time. And the reason I know that you can't go any higher than 95% is because back when I did used to read data mining, before I realized that they are wrong a lot of times, they were right that Bethesda did hard code in the game that your VATS accuracy, no matter what you do, cannot go any higher than 95%. And that is hard coded in the game file. I don't think I had anything else lined up. This turned into a hell of a lot more than what I planned on it to be, but I was just doing the Gauss Mini and the regular minigun test that you didn't need stim packs, and it turns out you don't, which is great. And those numbers that I was getting can be better because I wasn't running science and I wasn't running nerd rage. Because if I remember right, I got like a flat minute, I think, on the... It doesn't matter. It's minutes. And Anarchist 86 mocked me pretty well about talking about times. He's like 2 minutes something or other. I don't know. My mom's an alcoholic and I'm on pain meds or something. It was hilarious. What are the mods on the armor? Everything is the same as that. Strictly because I wanted the high health. You can take a hit and you heal more with your vampires mod on the weapon. Right?
Caravans have been getting rarer and rarer.
And I'll explain that here in a second. Dog food, yay.
Crab days. Sweet new shooting iron off the bounty.
So my hit points are 880, but that's because I have rejuvenated and my food meters are full. Also, Life Giver affects that on top of the overeaters and healthy mods. If you don't have healthy or access to healthy, use whatever you want. Use doctors. I use doctors. I got another set of armor that I use doctors on when I use more stems. Use whatever you want. This is not like a copy paste, do this exactly kind of thing. I want you guys, my good friend Papa Benoit, he takes stuff that I do and then he throws a bunch of stuff and puts it through the blender and then spits it back out at me. And he's like, man, this is what I came up with off of what you had, and it's so much fun, and it's different, and you probably won't agree. I'm like, dude, I agree with you playing how you want to play. I don't agree with people telling you how you should play, right? I think that you should play however you want. Like my power armor, it works with this build, and it's got different shit on it. The power armor's got overeaters, endurance, arms keepers, belted, another arms keepers, another belted. So I mean, you can do whatever you want, man. Well, vampires works great because the reason I started running vampires reactioning is I switched from junkies to vampires because of one specific reason. Right, so I was able to do really well with blood sacrifice and polish it to get it to what it can be. But there's a lot of guys that are concerned with the amount of super stim packs that you go through in a day to maintain that. You might as well spam coffee or birthday cake, etc. Right? So we wanted to solve that problem without sacrificing much DPS at all. So at first, I just threw on vampires and conductors, and I thought, okay, that'll do it. That'll be infinite HP regardless. Because from my previous experience running vampires, I didn't have much success with it, but I wasn't doing it right. It was a lower health build, and the fire rates on the weapons weren't high. I didn't know what I know now. So to solve that super stim pack problem, I thought, you know what, vampires, conductors, and then I'm like, okay, this is overkill. Like, I can't get below 97% hit points at all. Why do I even have Nerd Rage on? So I took off conductors and put pinpointers on. And then, lo and behold, you're not really losing much DPS at all whatsoever. And you're not using a stim pack. You're not using a coffee. You're not using a birthday cake. You're not waiting on a reload action point regeneration. You can put pinpointers drops from the EN06 Guardian too, which is super accessible for everybody. Like, there isn't a person on the planet that can't walk into the raid at level 55 and kill the EN06 Guardian. There's tons of builds out there for that. So yeah, hey Nugs, what's up? Yeah, it was great. It's in here. If you are just tuning in, if you want to go back and check it out. Well, I get time later when I'm getting ready to cook out and stuff. Excuse me. I'm going to try to timestamp these for you guys, so where you know I switch weapons and shit like that. We can go back to the vampires Elder's Mark again while you're here, Nugs. What do we need to do? Still got the stealth on. We're gonna drop the Riz. Put on follow through. And I always have strange numbers. Strange numbers is pointless, obviously, for a solo build, but I hop on whatever public team I can when I'm on a public server. And, which is, I think, what I'm going to do right now. You know what? It's Memorial Day weekend. Let's go honor our fallen troops by spamming wanted posters for these guys. Why not? Now, if I don't get to actually kill anything, I'm going to be pissed. But we'll run it for nugs here real quick. Just the, and we can get Born Survivor off. Yeah, we'll leave it on just in case.
This place is hell.
We'll run it once on a private so nugs can see the raw numbers, and then we'll go to a public one. If anybody's on PC, and regardless of whether you're on Steam or Windows, and you're not on my friends list, feel free to add me, and you can hop in on a public server with me here after this, and we'll run these other wanted posters. And then I'm going to have to call T-Mobile and kiss some more ass for some more bandwidth, because the amount of stuff that I do, apparently, I don't know. I don't really ever have any problems with it, but I'm going through 2 terabytes a month now, compared to before it was barely like 20 gigs. Blight Soup, again, you guys see me use that a lot. If you don't know, it adds 100% critical damage, and Blight grows right outside of the raid in the ash heap. It takes 1 Blight and 1 water to make, and it is in abundance. Damn it, I got detected. Let's fix that. Because that dude is in power armor. And I want to see... Or no, is he not? I think this dude hits hard. Fuck out of here. We're gonna come back. Alright, my phone's going off. Vampires is really underrated. In fact, most of the non-damaged first stars are ignored. I agree completely. I don't know why they're up my ass so much. Like, escape artist is not going off. Good. Anybody else had problems with escape artist? Still not working. Well, we're gonna wait a minute so I can read this. Also, always stack up gun bullets through. Yeah, my buddy Papa always hooks me up. Those are hard to come by for the average player unless you trade for them. I mean, I've been back playing 76 for 2 years now, and I used to farm the raids back before when everything dropped everything, all the bosses dropped everything. I can't tell you how many baubles boxes I popped and maybe got 5 of them. So, just hard to come by. Well, this is ridiculous. Guns and Bullets 3 drops from that police station shredder or whatever. I'm pissed that I didn't get that. That's really frustrating now. Guess I could have reloaded. Wow, I didn't like that at all. It happens. We're gonna do this again because I'm not happy with the way that went. Stop shooting me! Why are you all sweaty? I was watching. All right, no, that was a piss poor example because I screwed that up.
Lots of newcomers. Always good for business.
I get busy, I get distracted. If I had people on my payroll like these mega influencer channels and had super mods answering my questions for me, this would be a lot easier. It's a joke. I'm actually not going to do that. That's one of the things that I like about the memberships. A lot of these meta channels offer one of the features besides their special badges and awesome emojis is top priority in replies to comments. Right, by a super moderator that isn't actually the creator themselves. So I get a fake version of you for $5 a month. No, thank you. Weak. I need to pay better attention to what I'm doing. Breaking stealth like a motherfucker. Makes me wonder if I'm doing something wrong. Alright, one more time and then I'm done with this shit. An AI writing back to me for $4 a month sounds pretty sweet. I know, right? It's crazy too. Like, and I'm afraid of this channel's velocity because of, thanks to viewers like you guys, I'm a statistical anomaly in the top 0.01% of all new gaming channels in 2026, which is fucking crazy to me. I don't even know what I'm doing. But yeah, if I maintain this, and I don't want to get too big for my britches, you know what I mean? Because when you guys reply to shit and chat with me, I try to make sure to talk to you and reply as soon as I can. If I don't have real life going on, I don't really see why I can't say, hey, what's up, or say something in character, or say something, anything for that matter. You want to talk about community again, and here we go back to the community, and that's one thing that the Reddit mafia claims, that I'm so bad for the community. Well, dude, if you are making yourself less accessible to the average community member, what are you doing? Is it a power thing? Is it a status thing? Is it, you can only get to me? Is it a gatekeeping thing? You got to be in the football clique or the cheerleader clique type clubs to be relevant? I don't fucking think so. I don't care if you're a punk rock kid, a football player, a meta monkey, black, white, yellow, brown, neon green. I don't care what you are. If you want to hang out, let's hang out. A little better. Still haven't had a stim pack go off. I don't know what I'm doing with my stealth issues here. It's not deleting like I was before. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Kind of getting in a rush, I guess. All right. Yeah, and I understand that, and I know that, and that's why I got that guy that was trying to give me that teaching moment, because I was taking away people's watch time. He told me I caught the algorithm. I don't know jack shit about the algorithm. I don't know how this stuff works. I mean, I'm not naive not to know what like clickbait is, and like certain colors and designs that trigger certain emotional responses, like red for angry or outraged, and etc. But like when I first got into this, that first build video, it just went. And like people clicked on it and people liked it because it was a blood sacrifice with the Elder's Mark, and it was different, and people liked it. And then all of a sudden I was getting death threats and people telling me to delete myself, and then people saying some extremely inappropriate criminal allegations, which I've seen inside of a jail cell before, but not for the crazy fucked up immoral shit that they were talking about. They were doing anything to get me nuked, and I was nobody. I had like 7 subscribers, but they didn't like that my one video was popular, and then you guys kept clicking on the shit. And it is very click. Sassy, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's the anti-establishment position. Yeah, and it is. It's an entire. It's not any one person. I'm not singling anybody out. It's the establishment. That's the whole thing about being, for me, being a punk rock kid and growing up in the skateboarding culture and listening to punk rock music. You know, anti-establishment anarchy was our way of life. I had one dude try to tell me that the anarchy logo was some type of supremacist group shit, and I'm like, dude, do you not even know it was an anti-labor movement, like way back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and that no organization in America deems it as a hate group and symbol. I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? I didn't respond to him, but it's people just don't understand the like, they just hate something. They don't know why they hate it, but they just do. Your guess is as good as mine. You took their 60 seconds of fame. They're all chasing, and the best part of it, you're humble and didn't let get to you the way it does. Well, thanks, Jordan. The only humility I have comes from Todd and Todd alone. That's a joke. But no, I would think that the creator of the universe, whatever you're into as far as that goes, has given me humility. And it's entertainment. It's about a video game that I didn't design or make, and I certainly wouldn't charge people to watch me play it. To give them tips that's already freely available on Nuka Nights and 10-year-old recycled videos that have been recycled time and time again. Like, and people think, well, they're not charging me anything. I don't pay for memberships. I subscribe to them, and I watch their stuff, but I watch it for free. Actually, you're paying for it with your time. You are providing free labor and free marketing for their sponsors. It's that simple. You are a data point that these influencers are turning in to big corporations to get them to sign their paychecks, which is where all their money comes from, not memberships or Patreons or anything like that. That's just, you know, stuff for a little added bonus, but protection. Yeah, what are they protecting? Their wallets, Jita? Content creators should realize viewers have time for more than one channel. Right. No, exactly. And I don't think everybody should watch mine and mine alone. I encourage people to go watch other channels. I think you can learn some valuable information there, as well as see how things work, how the community is driven by hype and the different cliques and groups that are involved. Every community has different subcultures, every single one. Whether, like, for me, when I was a kid, after we moved out of the farm, I moved to a trailer park. We had the trailer park culture. You know, we had the ghetto culture, the urban culture. We had like the Latino culture. We had the rich, snotty culture. We had the faith-based culture. There's every single one of them has every community in the history of society has different subcultures.
These are tough times. I hope we can hold out here.
Usually it doesn't work out very well for the egotistical, power-hungry, greedy type. Just look at the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire. America's had its fair share of shitty situations. So yeah, after that first after that first video, I got into doing this a little bit more. I'm like, okay, people like it. I made that video for a buddy of mine. I was like, okay, if people like it, maybe I got some free time and I love Fallout. How can I do it and have fun and kind of like role play with the game too? You know, because the game's kind of easy, and you know, when I add a little variety to it, and then I got burned by one of the meta channels for, you know, they were gatekeeping. They're like, well, if you want an inside information, you got to join our membership, our private Discord, and it costs this. And then we're going to refer you to our real money trading guys to get you the gear. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing any of that. And it evolved and became something else. And when I took it seriously and I asked, or I did research, like actually rather than just Googling research, like I looked at well-researched academic studies and papers on YouTube and shit like that, and it gave me some helpful, insightful information, but it was the same shit that everybody else is doing with all these people with 900,000 subs and huge sponsors and shit like that. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to do something different. So I trained my Gemini model a little bit about my personality, its personality, all that shit. And I said, okay, look, tell me what YouTube wants. They told me what YouTube wanted. And I said, okay, I don't want to do any of that. In fact, I want to push the envelope and do everything that YouTube doesn't want me to do and think about what the people want. And that my Gemini model broke the persona that I had trained her on and said, hey, listen, ultimately people want authenticity. Just be yourself, you know, rather than, you know, this polished, studio driven AI corporate kiss ass. And I'm like, well, that's me to a T anyways. You know, I'm very anti-establishment, very, outside of the box, different. I was a skater, I was a stoner, goth. At one time, I think I thought I was in a boy band. You know, I did a lot of dumb shit. But so it told me to be authentic, and I said okay. And it told me, you know, how to not to be like everybody else. And so I did that, and I came out with the filthiest, nastiest, most ridiculous stuff that I could think of that would piss a bunch of people off. But I would have fun doing it at least, and maybe 2 or 3 other people with my sense of humor would get a laugh over, right? Like they would think that that was funny. Good enough for me. YouTube was fun while it lasted. Not a big deal because I don't like optimize tags or descriptions or anything like that. I just talk dirty. And sure enough, it skyrocketed in less than 3 months. I didn't hit, you guys did hit that full monetization tier, whatever it's called. You start with the first one with like 500 subs and then 4,000 hours watch time. It's maximum. You get all the shit, right? And that's when I wrote the fuck you letter to YouTube. I'm like, no, you guys can't buy me. I'm not playing by the fucking rules. I want to be able to say what I want to say. I want to be able to do what I want to do. And if people don't like it, they can change the channel just like everybody else does with cable television or streaming services. You're attracting the rebels. Yeah, Sassy, you're right. With all the slop out there, people are craving what's real. No, Sassy, you're funny. I'm glad that you brought that point up about the slop. I had one guy comment. It was a meta monkey. He commented on one of the videos that I put out. And just one word, and it said slop. And you know, that was the best compliment I think that I could have ever gotten. Because since day one, since this channel's inception, in my description, the first thing you see at the very top, on my channel page says, "Welcome to the slop." So like this dude wasn't expecting, like he was expecting something other than slop. Like he thought maybe he was gonna hurt my feelings. Like I thought he was great. He's like my #1 fan now. Boy band build incoming. Yes, for sure. I have got some good pictures of me when I used to think that I was in a boy band. Oh, you just wait. It's nobody's safe, even me. You guys saw that video of me, or that picture. I don't know if you watched my live newscast last night. I'm gonna do that on a regular basis at a set time so you guys can be there. But I don't know if you saw that picture of me in the hospital all wired up to the EKG and all that shit. Nobody's safe, not even me, man. I don't care. Ah, whatever. We don't care about loot. We just want these guys to get loot. Let's go run another one. Or not. Flop is the copy and paste. Like everyone else's. Different is good. I like how you emphasize good. Sassy, that is a very unique name. Are you in fact sassy in real life? And something tells me that you have that title. Matter of fact, we're gonna sassy is I'm gonna say Miss just by the name. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but since Sassy is Miss Anti-Establishment, we are gonna go pay her a tribute. Depends on Mrs. I'm not calling you Mrs. Every time I call somebody Mrs. Oh, I'm not old, so you can call me Miss. I'm an old lady. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. The hot old lady that I saw the other day. I like older women. Sorry, I'm totally not fishing at all. I'm just saying. Because you can, and I think the reason being is because you can have an intelligent conversation with them. You don't spend 90% of the date while they have their phone up their ass or doing duck lips to every single photo you take with them. Oh shit! Power armor, bitch. See how it does in power armor. Not bad, not bad. Could be better. No penetrating receiver. Definitely didn't do it in a clip. That is generally no longer taught in schools. Miss, Mrs., Miss. It's not. 50 next year, still addicted to video games. Gen X, Atari. Yeah, oh yeah, me too. I'm right on the. I'm Gen X. I border Gen X and millennial. You go ahead of just a hair. I would be a millennial. But yeah, I'm Gen X proud too.
Another caravan gone missing. Good thing I have my own.
Jita, are you serious about the Mrs. thing is not taught in schools? Like you're not supposed to call strangers Miss or Mister? Like Like I call my boss Mister, and then I say his first name, just out of respect because he's my supervising elder. That's just, I was raised that way. It's the right thing to do. Zennials are still on cooler side. Oh my god. Cassie, you were cool until you used another made-up generation moniker name like Zennial. I don't like that. I've never heard it, and I don't like it. But it's funny. What's your preferred pronoun? Yeah, I don't play the pronoun game. Everybody, regardless of sex, gender, or identity, is dude or bro or hey girl. It don't matter to me. My good friend Daniel, we've been friends for several years now. He's been with me through some tough times. Every time I see him, I'm like, hey girl. And he could not be any more straight, white, middle-aged male than humanly possible. All right, I'm gonna say something to these guys. Hey, is this working? Yeah, it is. Hey, you monkeys want to run some more of these? You're on a live stream. I'm gonna do a few more, and then yeah, you're welcome. So come on, Captain. Let's go do this shit. Yeah, you too. Bunch of lower level players. I like that. The Sega Master System. Yeah, Judah, you had me a Sega Master System. I had the AV Switch too, for Atari 2600. Yeah.
Wish I could come down to the bar sometime. No. The Rust King has eyes everywhere.
Lots of newcomers. Always good business.
Come on, you meta monkeys. Nuka's launching this shit. You better let me kill something. You are being recorded. Oh, oh, oh. Anything you can say will be used against you in the court of YouTube law and the Meta Council's discretion. Alright. We're not even gonna loot. Us about to be oldsters seem to be the last group brought up that way. Yeah, there's still hope. I have complete faith in the youth. At times I don't, but brain rot is a real thing. I mean, languages change and evolve over time, regardless. But the laziness of how we receive our information and the unthoughtfulness of our replies is concerning to me. Like if I think I did something on YouTube once on one of my videos and somebody just replied SUS. I had to look that up. I didn't even know what it meant. Which SUS means suspect. Well, what's suspect? Can you tell me? Can you elaborate? What are your concerns? And why do you think it's suspect? And how can I help better inform you of what exactly you are seeing in this video? You know, but now I'm to the point to where I just skip that shit because I don't care. It's like trying to beat a dead horse. Hey, are you monkeys gonna let me kill some shit? Or are you gonna pay me 5,000 caps per poster? Because this is getting ridiculous. Let me kill something. Anything. Come on. Daddy needs a new pair of, I don't know. Something. Yeah, and I understand that, Jita, right? I get it's easier and stuff like that. My question is this. Do they talk that way in real life? Like, do you go to your place of employment or your school or family gatherings and use very shortened buzzwords that are unthoughtful and don't provoke conversation? Wow, that's sad. All right, well, here, I don't know if anybody can hear me, but one of you motherfuckers launch the flare, because I'm tired of not getting to kill anything. Another reason why I don't like min-max builds. Yeah, go ahead, launch your flare. Yeah, I'm looking at you up there, cheesing mobs. Here, I don't need to cheese shit. These are all lower level guys. I'll go launch the flare. Shit, they're having a good time. Oh, somebody got it. Oh, Lewis, you dirty robo brain. Here, I get marked. All right, guys, I'm out of posters, so it was fun. Have a good one. I'm gonna go talk to these guys some more in the channel. We'll go back to my camp, and then we're gonna wrap it up tonight or today, and just yeah. Current age, until 2 generations from now, he meant back to circle to higher because words are hard. Words are hard, yes, and this is the literally the movie Idiocracy coming to fruition. I don't think the writers of that movie could have accurately predicted the future any more than they already did. Any of you guys that are new or just tuning in to the live stream, I'm wrapping it up. You can go back and watch the video. Initially, we test the build on the Gauss Mini and the regular minigun, and then it just became more than that by viewer demand. So you'll have to go back and watch it, guys. I'm gonna take some questions. Jesus, I'm not a celebrity. Oh my God. The truth is stranger than fiction. And it is. If anybody needs anything too, you guys can always reach out to me on our community tab. You know, say, hey, I'm on PC, I'm having trouble getting certain mods or certain gear. I got you. Free, of course, no strings attached. Pepper shakers or mods or whatever. Idiocracy is a historical documentary. It was just made in advance. Yeah, because they had a time machine, which was just an amusement park ride. I don't know why this isn't working. Wow, that live stream is really behind. I don't know if you guys can see me sitting at my camp or for what I'm looking at on my phone is what you guys are looking at. Yeah, Bernard, no problem. I appreciate you guys sticking around and giving me somebody to talk to, answer questions, and give me good ideas too. You two guys stay filthy, casuals as always. Look for another awesome live news broadcast by lead anchor Dick Wrangler on Monday, Memorial Day. Dick Wrangler is working on a holiday, so. Anarchist 86. I personally don't care at all. I think it's hilarious. You can make fun of me all you want. I encourage it. My only concern is that on YouTube I have the likeness detection on. So if YouTube picks up on you using me without express written permission, you may be subject to a strike, which I would gladly talk to a human and tell them that I allowed it and draft a formal document saying that it was permitted. But I do have likeness detection on for, people that want to impose me or set up, criminal accusations. Stay golden point, yeah. The outsiders. Yeah, I've never had anybody ask me to be flown for AI before. I don't know how to take that. I feel like that's a compliment and also not a compliment, and I like it.